like Figma inside of your cursor. You can prompt, you can write a prompt to make a design for you. You can change the design in a free form canvas, just like Figma. You can move things around, and then you can write a prompt to your cursor to develop what you've been designing. And I genuinely find this interesting because you have your designs there.
Mm.
It's not for every part of your product, but let's say you want to play with a few different versions of something. A canvas like Figma is amazing in that it can
Mm.
show you like multiple versions, and you can play around with the designs manually. You can compare them in one view and then continue with developing one of them. And I really love this idea. I wish Webflow would also adopt something like this.
It's really interesting. So what I'm seeing is these are .pen files. Pen. So it looks like it's a, for lack of a better word, a iframe into the pen tool, and you can
Yes,
see
it sounds
right.
like yes.
Yeah, and you can see over here it's got very basic tooling.
It's based on an open source tool, by the way.
Oh,
He
nice.
mentioned it on Twitter. So that is also really cool. And we have like Figma competitors that are open source. So if you can
Mm,
take them and kind of like mix them with any IDE that you have,
mm.
I do like the idea.
So we'll get into who is this for, but like this makes me think now as I'm digesting it and I'm picking it apart. So a couple of weeks ago, we didn't really cover it, but a couple of weeks ago, Figma made their MCP server remote, which means that you used to have to run it locally on your machine, and then you can MCP from Cursor into the local instance of Figma. Now with the remote one, you don't doesn't need to be local. Saying that, I wonder how long it will take Figma to build this tool,
It's
and that the
probably easy, right?
because I think the chat is just hooking into an MCP up to the
Mhm.
remote, and then this iframe is displaying. I mean, this is probably a huge oversimplification, but I don't think it'll be long before Figma's done something like this.
Can you
However,
scroll the page? Yeah,
sure.
and see the features there. Yeah.
Design right way code, normal design, infinite canvas design. So as you probably come to expect from design tools, um, multiplayer. So yeah, you've got people floating around doing stuff.
You
I'm
can
presuming. I'm presuming you can use this in the browser though. Maybe you
probably
can't. Have you requested access by the way?
no,
I'll
but I
get on
will.
that. Get on that. I might as well do it.
Yeah, I
I'll do it
just
in a bit. I'll do it in a bit.
also really new.
Five designing with precision. Mm, yeah, yeah. So I do wonder who's sitting in this world of. I understand accessing the design, converting the design into dev, but I don't quite understand who wants an interface where they're designing very basic interfaces and then refining that interface with AI prompts. Um,
Or you can start with a basic interface that is created by AI, and then you add your own touch of your design. You can, as you see, bring the designs from Figma.
mhm,
So, but you're right, Figma might just do this, and I see this clearly that a lot of companies are trying to own the whole vertical. We've seen this with Figma. They have everything from ideation that you
mhm,
you do all the way to the design, and now Figma sites and whatever that is with their vibe coding that you can create an app. They want to own the whole vertical of
mm.
create for the web.
They just want to blur the line between all the different disciplines and say, look, we help you build this thing, a product,
Yes,
a
and
website,
also
whatever it is.
yes, and also not have competitors. Like they don't want you to design inside of Figma and then move it over to Webflow. They want
Mm,
you to do everything inside of Figma. Framer does the same. They have like their design now, and
mm.
with the development part.
Yeah, I you know, I
And
understand
you
that.
see,
I totally.
Lovable is doing the same.
Yeah,
They
and
started.
there will be areas that it makes sense, right? But I said it last week: interoperability, the choice to be able to like, well, you know what? Yes, it's good that Lovable have their own database now, but I actually really like. I already pay for Superbase. I like being able to do this. I like being able to integrate it with my N8N thing. I like to, you know what I mean? Like, the, it goes back to, and I said this before the call. It goes back to trying to be a designer and a developer. Like, it's trying to sit in the middle. You're going to water down those experiences because it takes a lifetime or many years to really become a good designer. It takes many years to become a developer to solely commit to those things. And then once you've done that, those industries are moving so fast anyway that the moment you stop developing, the moment you become a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Um, Saying that, tools are the same. You try and build everything into one tool. It starts to not become the best at the, let's say as a design tool. Figma will always be such an incredible design tool because they're laser focused on that. Well, they used to be. They've spent a lifetime refining Figma as a design tool, and only now they're sort of branching out into other tools. But the core foundation is looking at the design tool of this. Oh shit, I've just removed it. Looking at the design tool of this, as I said, it's a very basic design tool. So, what designers are going to sacrifice auto layout, effects, and things? Do you know what I mean? Like, our designers going to sacrifice a dedicated design tool for that? So, yes, these companies are going to capture a large portion of the audience because it is all in one, and some people like that, and I get a certain satisfaction of things being, maybe it's an OCD thing. I get a certain satisfaction there, but I wonder if they are also simultaneously risking diluting a core product because then they're all just offering everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes, I do. But I'm not happy with the current state of things either because it's scattered. Like, I'm working with my designer inside of Figma, and then with the rest of my team inside of Webflow, we quite literally have like Discord, Figma, and Webflow open, and we try to coordinate things. We do this all the time, and it's not, the worst, but hey, we could have something like this, what I see on the screen, where we are doing the same thing. We have still different roles. I'm the one who make the decision or like coordinates the entire thing. The designer does, the design. The developer does the development. But we are in the same place and we are talking about the same thing. And changing something is not as big of, changing it in Figma and then changing it in Webflow, but maybe even if it's still changing it in two places, in this case it is changing it in two places, but it's still kind of closer in a tool. And a lot of this, I guess, it can be automated. It can be get much easier. um, I see also like some time lost in translation and coordination. Like, you see the files as they get big and you have like many projects. People start asking, what is that thing that I'm going to work on? It, where is it? Having everything in one place, that I agree, that might not be good for everything, but it probably will be good for some things.
Yeah,
But
for sure. If you can, more power to you. If you can find, if that's enough for you and that solves your problems, then absolutely. Like I say, this is going to be the perfect product for some people. Just as long as you're not diluting the quality for convenience, because it's like I said earlier, you might be taking from one area and then losing it from another area. So it's like, yeah, you might have that convenience, but the output is just not quite there. So it'd be an interesting uh, experiment to try and see if it does work for your people and whatever. And it goes back to Framer. and their infinite design canvas, and the fact that all of their tools, all of the design tools that they provide, will work on a website because it is watered down by design. Well, maybe not by design, but long story short, is this might be the perfect tool for you, and absolutely,
Yeah.
if you can make this work, goes back to me downgrading to GLM 4.5 or 4.6. Sorry, like downgrading, simplifying might actually work for me. You don't always need the best for everything,
Yeah.
So this is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.